Okay, so I posted a video yesterday using the voice recorder. Unfortunately, you're not able to post videos using a voice recorder on YouTube, and it's unfortunate. I would think that it would be something that would be designed already for you to do, but you have to do this conversion process. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and reword this a little bit so that I could post this on YouTube using my regular camera. So anyway, I made a video yesterday and I was talking about Steve Murray and his involvement in this issue. And, he had no right to interfere with my life. That includes Karen Johnson and all these other people who got involved in it. I worked for Steve Murray for 3.5 years, and I was harassed at his workplace. And he should have left it at that. After I left his place of employment, he should have left me alone. But of course, he couldn't do that. And I feel that as though him having some sort of structuring and organizing, or being a part of this organization of people choosing my jobs, this behavior towards women is completely unacceptable. I would never choose to be in a relationship where I would be subjected. I mean, I would be in a subjugated situation. This is very damaging to a woman because, like I said, first of all, I had no idea that the cute guy was even involved in this. Like, I had contacted him back in 2008 with a brief note. Never heard anything about him. All these years passed by: 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, 15. And then the last few years, last year or so, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe he has something to do with this. And so I started thinking, okay, well, I started contacting him, trying to get some sort of, confirmation of this fact. Anyway, going back to this, I would have never chosen a part-time job. Why? Because number one, I'm on my own and I have to take care of myself. And whether I was in a relationship or not, I would have still chosen a full-time job. I have no interest in being in an abusive relationship. And to me, this sort of setup is nothing but abuse. It abuses a woman because it prevents her from doing the things that she needs to do. If the cute guy, is indeed involved in this, then that is something that he needs to talk to me about in person. Meaning, if he and I were in a relationship, if he and I were in one, then he would have to say, you know what, I would prefer, is it possible that you could stay home a little bit more and maybe work part-time, and then that you and I could spend more time together. And I will tell you, that would be an issue, because I really do believe that a woman has to take care of herself, okay? But that is still something that he and I need to talk about, not something that other people need to organize and arrange and structure and start, putting things together for a person, because this, especially when a person such as myself has no knowledge of any of this. I don't want to go to job interviews. Apparently, the people who are interviewing me, which they never do a very good job of interviewing me, they are aware of the situation of, like, the employers and these people who are involved in this, and I have no idea. Okay, I'm not completely aware of it. I don't know anything about it, so I find that it's offensive. I'm not honored by it. I'm not flattered by it. I don't find it exciting. I don't think any of it's appropriate, and I will never find it appropriate. I will never be okay with it. I'm not okay with it. My personal life should not have anything to do with my work life, period. Okay. So anyway, I'm not amused by it, and these people should be sued, including Steve Murray and Karen Johnson, for their intrusion into my personal life. Okay. There are laws on the books that state this sort of thing is illegal, and these people have participated in something illegal, and I'm feeling the effects of it. Okay. And then they're going to turn around and give you, they're going to set you up in jobs where you can barely pay your bills and this sort of thing. And it's wrong, okay? Because, like I said, I'm on my own. And even if I was married or in a relationship, I would still want to work part-time because I need that protection. Yeah, so I do. I think that this is, on the employer's part, it's a lack of professionalism. So it's like one thing for people to participate in this if they don't know any better, But if you know that I'm not okay with it, I'm not okay with it, I will never be okay with it, and then continue to do it, it is just plain evil. I would love to go to court with Steve Murray as well as Karen Johnson, but I'm not sure if there is a lawyer that would actually take this case. For a while, I had contacted a few lawyers here actually in the Los Angeles area, and I was prevented from actually moving forward with this. But if you can show proof that you have been basically booted out of your field, then you can basically try to take this to court, and they should be sued. They really should be. I'm completely angry that these people have done what they've done against my will or my knowledge. Let's see. I feel betrayed by, I think the cute guy is great, but I'm not happy with his affiliation with these people. These are the people that I find very, I'm not happy to know that he has some sort of connection with these people, because I don't like these people. Okay, I don't like Steve Murray. I'm not a fan of Karen Johnson. When I left these people's place of employment, I was very disappointed by who these people were. So I wanted to pick up and go on with my life. And so these people, him attaching himself or him being attached or associated with these people doesn't make me very happy, because, I would really not feel happy with him with starting a relationship knowing that we're under some sort of system that these people created. So it's not that I don't want to have anything to do with the cute guy, but the cute guy needs to break off from these people in order to even have some sort of conversation with me, because I don't want anything to do with it. It's like these people taint everything. They create so much things that it makes me want to push it away. Also, I wasn't happy knowing that Joel's family was involved in my employment. And I left him for good reason. Okay, number one, I don't believe in incestuous relationships. Number two, I don't want people involving themselves in my employment. So if I left him for those reasons, okay, why would you think that it would be okay for the cute guy to do something like that? It's abusive to women, period. Okay, and I'm not the kind of person who feels as though marriage is that important in my life. It's not, okay? What's important in my life is my survival. That's always going to be the number one issue in my life, okay? I don't, and some people think, well, how could you feel that way? Because I understand there's a lot of abuse out there, okay? And I don't have the interest in being in an abusive relationship. I would say there's a lot of abuse, okay? So if people think that this sort of thing is okay, and you can't see what's wrong with it, then I don't know what to tell you. But one thing is for sure, other outside people have no right to be involved in something like this in the first place. Let's see, I wrote this down from my other view. Not convert. Oh, I also think that there's, when these sort of setups are starting to be arranged, like, they trying to basically match make you with someone. They try to put situations in place where they try to convert you to this person's religion, this person's traditions, or whatever. It's not for outside people to do that. If you find someone that you're interested in, you talk to that person and you start seeing if you're compatible. And if you choose to convert to their traditional lifestyle, then that's what you need to do. But that's between that person and you, not having a community involving themselves in trying to put pressure on another person, okay? I believe that the cute guy, I think he's a Lutheran, or he's from a Lutheran background. I'm not a fan of organized religion. I have my own personal reasons why I don't like it, because there's a lot of corruption out there. I'm not saying Lutherans are corrupt. I don't know much about the Lutheran faith to really formulate an opinion. But, still, it's something that he would need to talk to me about, and it has nothing to do with other people. And, it's not that I would have any objection to going to a few meetings or church meetings or, gatherings once in a while. But, that's still something that he and I need to talk about. And it's not something that other people should even be involved in. So I find that offensive as well. I've lost respect for these employers who got involved in this. They have absolutely no respect for the law. Okay, if this issue is causing a person harm in any way, which it does, okay, that's one of the reasons why it's illegal, because it harms a person financially, emotionally, every aspect of their life gets destroyed because of this issue, and they continue to be a part of it. And it's like they don't have it doesn't, it's not an option. Okay, if they want to continue to gang stalk other people, that's fine, but I'm telling you, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to go into job interviews where people are wasting my time. I'm going there because I am a woman who works hard, who's deserving of a decent job. I'm not interested in being played with, or people wanting to discuss my personal life or whatever. A personal life that I really don't even know anything about, okay? All of this is going on without my consent or my knowledge. So it's like I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm not happy that other people are trying to get involved in something that I don't know about. I find it extremely oppressive and offensive to women. Let's see. If you can't see what's wrong with this picture, then something is wrong with you. I also think that the fact that I think that the cute guy has a learning disability, and this is one of the reasons why they feel it's okay for them to give me something that is less than what I'm qualified for. And I feel as though this is a form of discrimination, because number one, it's not based. It should never be based on who you're with, okay? And most importantly, I'm not even with him. You know what I mean? It's like there's no formal agreement that I'm going to be with this person. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm supposed to sit here and wait around for if and when he ever comes around. And in the meantime, everything about my life is being completely shaken up, turned around, flipped upside down, you know, and that puts a person in a very awkward position. That's one of the main reasons why I talk about how, you know, marriage discrimination or marital status, basing employment based on a marital status is wrong. Okay, I consider myself to be a single woman. Okay, at this point, and I am going through a divorce. But the issue is that a woman has the right to go on with her life regardless. Okay, I am not in any formal commitment with the cute guy. Okay, and I resent the fact that people are holding my life back for something that hasn't happened yet, or may not even happen at all. Okay, so it puts a woman in a very, very awkward situation. What if, for example, you know, everybody, you know, got involved in this and they started rearranging my life so that I could be with the cute guy, and then I got with the cute guy and decided we weren't clicking. We didn't have anything in common, or we just didn't mesh as well as we thought that we would. What would that do to me? Where does that leave me? That means I lost all these years in being brought into something that I had no knowledge of and I didn't consent to. If you can't, you need to understand how illogical this whole issue is. Like I said, I hadn't had any thought or talked to him since 2008. So all of this has been going on for entirely too long. I would have never consented to being in arrangement with this, even if he was to talk to me about it up front. You know, like I said, you know, I would be in a very unhappy relationship if I was being forced to give up something that I wanted to do. I would not be in a very, it would be miserable for him, and it would be miserable for me, because I would always be thinking, well, this is something that's really important in my life. You know, I enjoy working and I enjoy having goals that I want to achieve. And so I wouldn't be happy in a situation like that. And, you know, that's up to him, you know, but still, I would never appreciate it. I also find it annoying and offensive how these people try to create situations to mess with your mind, or to try to trick you in thinking that these are all the only available options that you have. Because, you know, I remember going to an agency where they were offering me like jobs at, like, I don't know, like a hospital and these sort of things. And it's like, no, I've been working after April, I will be working in accounting for 21 years, okay? And when I was working at the Holmes place, I'm just going to call it the Holmes place, I remember the eldest business partner there, he said, you know, you're getting really good at this, as if I hadn't been working for 21 years, okay? So they try to put you in jobs that are beneath your skill level and try to distort reality. And it's like, no, that's not right, okay? I have been working in this job for 21 years. 21 years as of April as of April last April. I will be have been working in accounting for 21 years. So I have been dealt a serious injustice, okay? Number one, these people should be sued for the harassment that they caused at the workplace. And then following up after all of this. And then this year, I'm extremely offended by the fact that these people were doing something that I had no knowledge of. I had no knowledge of the cute guy being involved in this at all. Okay, some people think, well, you're psychic, you know everything. Okay, when I first got involved and realized that I was being gang stalked, I realized that there was a lot of people involved in this, okay? So many people, and I was mostly focused on the employers. Then I started focusing on my blood relations. Then, of course, I was also thinking about Joel's family because I think his mom's corrupt anyway. So I was thinking, these three people, these groups of people, these are involved, okay? And then I kept thinking, okay, I needed to start meditating and start thinking about other people who could be involved, okay? But the cute guy never came involved in it because why would I think that? As far as I knew, he was living up in Northern California, and why would he have anything to do with it? He never talks to me or anything like that, so why would he have anything to do with my life at all? I just knew there was a lot of people involved, and I needed to get things straightened out. So then I remember having a dream about him about a year and a half ago, and I kept thinking, well, maybe he has something to do with it, something. But now I think there's more to it than that. So whatever the case is, I don't have any knowledge of it. I don't want people choosing my jobs. I don't want people rearranging my life. Okay, I'm very protective of my life, and I can deal without being married. Seriously, I can. Okay, now I want to get to know the cute guy. Yes, I do. I want to get to know the cute guy because I think it's been a long time. I've liked this guy for many, many years, and I've always thought he was great. But at the same time, I don't want other people involved in it. You know what I mean? And I sure as hell don't want to sit here and give up what I want in my life so that I can be in a relationship that I don't really know is going to work out or not. Okay? There's no guarantee. And you're hurting a woman by saying, well, we're going to stop this, we're going to stop all this, and then we're going to rearrange your life for something that you're not even sure about. Okay? Now, from what I see, I think me and the cute guy have a lot in common. When I first met him, or saw him, I would say, back in high school, I knew that I had a lot in common with him because I pretty much liked the same things that he did. But, things were back in the 80s. That really wasn't a cool thing. And I was pretty dorky back then. So, I think we would click, but there are certain things that go on in each person's daily life that, he might find my eccentric behavior annoying. It's those little things. And for people to start arranging things and getting, making or building a person's life based on what they think is okay is offensive to me because everybody has different needs. I'm the kind of person, I was abused when I was younger. So I want to make sure that I don't get in another abusive situation. This issue right here is abuse to me because you're giving somebody the ability to basically trap a woman. So if he was to assign a job for me and he and I weren't getting along, would the employer side with this person and start harassing me because, they're on the side of the cute guy and now they're going to give me grief because, I want to leave the relationship or something? It's those things that are wrong. I would never want anybody involving themselves in my work life, period. Okay, and I have my reasons for it. That sort of stuff, business and relationships don't mix, and I fully believe in that. So please, I'm going to implore you, do not interfere with my goals in life because this has gone on entirely too long. These people owe me compensation. I mean, I should be suing these people for millions of dollars. Seriously. And that includes the people who call me in for job interviews just to mess with me. I'm sick and tired of it. Cute guy, you know where I am. You know how to get in touch with me. You have my address. You can reach me through Messenger. You have my phone number. It is up to you to contact me, man up, and do what you have to do if that's what you want to do. Okay? But leave this employment issue out of it. It doesn't belong in. There's no reason to attach yourself to my employment, okay? And I'm not interested in having relationships at work. I don't do that stuff, okay? My ability to survive is always going to be number one. There's too much abuse out there. You know what I mean? And so I have to take care of myself. So please do what you can do to stop interfering, okay? And I do appreciate it. I understand where you're coming from, and it's flattering to a certain degree, but it's also creating a lot of problems. So you know how to get in touch with me the correct way. Do not involve other people. Stay out of my work life. That includes everybody, okay? And as far as my previous employers, I worked for you. I did a good job for you. You know what you're supposed to do, and it doesn't go any further than that. Leave me alone. Wrapping up this video. Be back with another one later. Have a great weekend, Bakersfield.